Hey, my bullet journaling and planner friends. I am back with a part 2 of my April setup. Just because my setup is pretty big at this point, I decided I've been breaking it up into 2 parts where I do the cover page and monthly, along with a few of the weekly spreads in the first one, and then I finish it up with a few of the more specialty pages in this one. So definitely go check that other one out. I'll link it up in the little eye above. But right now, this is going to be a new page that I am adding into my monthly spread, I guess I should say. And this is going to be a house cleaning page. It didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, but it's going to get the job done, and that is the most important thing, is the functionality. So what I did here is just use that new stamp set from Close to My Heart, the Perfectly Imperfect patterns. It's new, it's close to my heart. I'll link it down below. And I just am loving those like watercolor, and I used the color Amethyst, I believe, by Close to My Heart also for the color, the ink color. So I'm just putting down a few tasks that I want to get done a few tasks every day that I want to get done, because this month is going to be extremely busy with my son's baseball schedules, that I think that if I can just do 1 or 2 tasks every day, that it will help me. The boys also have their own chores that they need to get done, if they can get done with games and homework and all that kind of stuff. So that's why you don't see tons of things on here, because they do kind of go in behind me and have their own little chores to help me out. That has definitely been something that we've been implementing this past couple of months, and it's been working really well. So a lot less stress off of mom, and because mom doesn't need to do everything, right? Not especially when you have a 14 and a 9-year-old. So that's that. I'm just making these little boxes with my Happy Planner little stencil that I found laying around. Definitely helps me make neater boxes, I guess I should say, for week 1, 2, and 3 and 4 of April. I'm like, what month are we in? And then here I am. I just didn't know exactly how I was going to put Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in here, so I just wanted to wait. Again, like I said, this didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to, and I'll probably be tweaking it next month, so stay tuned for that. This stamp is a feature craft stamp, so unfortunately it is not available anymore, but definitely check out Paper Person for all of like the Monday through Sunday stamps. Also, Heidi Swap has a ton of them. I actually want to get a few Heidi Swap stamps here pretty soon. She has a few that I am eyeballing. All right, so now I'm just going to put a title. You've seen this stamp come out several times. I know other people use this stamp a lot. This is the Apollo stamp by, again, unfortunately, Feed Your Craft. It's just so sad too that they closed down so many good stamps from this company. But yeah, it's just the Apollo stamp. I am going to use the outline and the inline for a lot of my titles, and definitely next month, as I'm getting more and more back into bullet journaling videos, I'm definitely seeing that I would like to try and keep a little bit of a consistency throughout my month. At first I was like, I don't care, it just is functional and I'm having fun with it. But as I see them more and more, I definitely think I want to keep a little bit more. And then right there, I was talking to my little guy and stamped with black ink instead of purple ink. Again, I'm not going to go crazy over that. Just keep on going. But yeah, so next month I'm definitely going to choose more of a theme. Maybe not so much like every page has to have it, but I definitely want to choose like one font, one stamp, that type of thing. So be on the lookout for that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like the overall themes, or do you like just seeing like an actual functioning bullet journal that is actually being used? Let me know. All right, so now we are moving on to my social media calendar. This is getting changed also this month. Usually I was just doing my meal planning on one side and my social media calendar on the other side. But I definitely was finding that it was not working for me. It just wasn't keeping me on schedule. It was getting very messy. Again, sorry about my head being in these shots. It's very hard to get these lines correct when you can't see the paper, so I was leaning over. But anyways, so I knew I needed to switch it up this month, especially because I definitely wanted to really amp up my social media and not quite amp it up, but actually do it, I should say, because every month I'm pretty much trying to make the same amount of videos, except for every month I pretty much fail on making those amount of videos. So that, or I'm posting like super late and, you know, everything else. Though I've already been late on one video this month. It's okay. We got it up. But yeah, I just wanted to keep a little bit better track of it. So I'm just doing an open monthly. You're going to see that I made a mistake. I didn't quite leave enough. I just didn't put in the first and the second up there on top. And I wanted to do that. Like, actually, I think I was filming this. I believe that's what I was thinking. I wasn't going to put the first or the second because I was actually filming this on the 3rd, I believe. Nope, I was filming this on the 31st. So I definitely wanted the first and the second in there at this point. I believe there's another calendar in here that I was like, I don't need it because I was filming it on the 3rd. I think it's my next one. But I went back and I'm like, oh shoot. And then I didn't even put a video on the 1st or the 2nd. So I really didn't need to go back. It's okay. People make mistakes, but here I am just using the gray mild liner to fill in those little banners, I guess I should say. That's where my numbers should be going, except for I'm going to go and start putting them in the boxes for some reason. I have no idea where my head was at this point, as you can see. And then I'm going to figure all of it out and white that out and put them in where I just highlighted. I don't know. See, there we go. I'm like, what am I doing? White out to the rescue right here. Yep, there's me going like, it's okay. All right, so white out to the rescue. Just gonna cover those up, and then I'm also figuring out like, you didn't leave enough lines. I think that's where I had figured out that, because I started obviously with the 1 and 2, and I needed to put that in. So here I am filling that in. You know, trials and tribulations. When I don't go ahead of myself and start planning out a lot of things, you might see a weekly here and there that I've already planned out, but for the most part, and that's if I just want to make sure that the boxes are right, because you're going to see here like I count wrong. Again, it's not the end of the world, and this is just a social media calendar. It doesn't need to be perfect. So all right, just putting the dates in, and then I'm going to fast forward through this, and we're going to stamp our title in. I am going to use that Apollo stamp, and I'm also going to track my numbers this month. I usually don't track my numbers. I don't really try and worry about numbers. I worry more about engagement and getting comments and really trying to interact with you guys. But I felt that I haven't, like, for every person that I get, like, the numbers aren't showing up. I don't know. I'm just trying to see where I start the month and see how I end the month. I'm definitely growing on my other YouTube channel. It's called Create with Kay, and that is my scrapbooking channel. I was doing my scrapbooking on here, but the YouTube algorithms did not like that. So I ended up making a second channel, which is going to be that one right there. I'm definitely trying to get that one to 1,000 subscribers. So if you are interested in memory keeping or scrapbooking, definitely follow me over there. right. Next up, yes, lots of different calendars this month. I did not use all I used is one printable for the monthly. The rest of them I drew them out. So you're getting a lot of that content today. This calendar is definitely going to come out funky. Again, it is just a meal planner calendar, and I wanted to get my grocery shopping done. So you can see there it is. I'm like, oh gosh. But yes, I try and meal plan for 30 days. For the most part, I'm usually pretty successful at it. And I grocery shop pretty much one time a month, only going back for milk and maybe eggs and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, I try and get everything I need for all of my meals in the first shopping trip. It definitely cuts down on just going to the store and picking up things here and there. I also most of the time do online shopping, so that I'm not in the grocery store just picking things up that I don't really actually need, and B, I can go through each and every recipe and make sure that I have everything for each recipe. So this month that is definitely going to be very, very important because we have a total, well, this month I don't know exactly how many, but in the next month and a half, I believe we have a total of like 32 baseball games to attend between the two boys. Yeah, it's a ton. And with practices and scrimmages and all of that kind of stuff, along with my photography business, is going to be amping up here soon, and this weekend I am photographing about 75 dancers, which is going to be one exhausting weekend. So I definitely want to get some things down and have a little bit of a plan. Now, is this a Bible? Can things be changed? Yes, I changed something right off the go. Last night we had wiener wraps. Today we had tater tot casserole. So I pretty much just go through Pinterest. We have a couple of staples. Honestly, I can't believe that tacos only showed up once in a month. Usually that's at least twice in a month. And then we just have a few other staples, and I was really looking for some easy peasy crock pot meals that I know I can just throw in there and go. But you'll see as you and then I just also try and rotate like meats and all that kind of stuff. I think next month we are going to try more of a Monday ground beef, Tuesday chicken, Wednesday pork chop type thing, to make it a little bit more easier. But honestly, sometimes that's not as easy with our schedule because the baseball schedule's all over. So we'll see. But you're going to see me fill this right up, and I do try to have at least one leftover day a week. Sometimes I even get 2 in there. It just kind of depends on what meals that we're having, and I know how much of a leftover that we'll have from it. So something like tacos, I always make at least 3 to 4 pounds of tacos, and that will last us a couple of days, or at least my husband and my oldest can snack on that for a few days. So you know, there'll just be a lot of food in the house, and I will know that you know, we need a leftover day pretty much. I've just kind of learned with my oldest. So I'm gonna let you finish up that. All right, here we are going in with that Apollo stamp again, and using, I have no idea how to pronounce this, Julep. I'll again link it down below with all of the colors that I use throughout this. I used it on the cover page, so I thought I would use it again, and I thought that that green went really well with the purple, and just stamping out meal plan. And then I will use the outline in black to go around that. I just like that look, and I like the more messier look, so I'm not trying to get this exactly straight. Obviously, I like the messy look. Right, and lastly, I am going to just finish up and do 1 week in my memory journal planner type thing over here. This is just where I journal my daily thoughts pretty much. I don't make this anything special. I usually just put the date down and and do a little bit of jazz around the date. Here again, I'm using that Perfectly Imperfect patterns. And then I'm going to use like the little splatter pattern from that also. I really liked how that worked. As you can see, I am having horrible difficulties. I probably should have gotten out my stamp pad, but I'm at this point where I'm like more than halfway through this book, and I keep on forgetting that I need to set that stamp over to the side. I probably also need to get a smaller stamp pad, and that might work a little bit better. But I absolutely loved how those splatters looked. And I believe I just used, oh, nope, I used one of my new colors called Hollyhock. That was that one. Again, from Close to My Heart. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, you wouldn't know that I actually fell into somebody getting rid of like so much of their stash of Close to My Heart inks, and we're selling them at an amazing price, and I scooped them up super quickly, and I am so thankful for it. I have a few doubles, so I will be probably selling off a little bit of those, but yeah, loved it. So all right, this is a paper person stamp, so this one should be available. I will link it if I can find it. If not, the digital at least is going to be available. And I'm just going through and putting my numbers down, as you can see, and wrapping it up. So thank you guys so much for being here. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you are new. I would love to hear if you are a bullet journalist, or if you are a planner, and what you would like to see from me more in the next couple coming months. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one.